Well, it's been a busy day across the Triad with winter precipitation coming and going, sleet, and even some snow accumulations in portions of the Piedmont, especially for areas to our north as well as to our west. Here's the main system itself bringing in lots and lots of snow to northern states, including us here in the Piedmont. To the south, though, lots and lots of heavy rain and even some severe storms to our south with the same system that brought in that little bit of snow we saw this afternoon. Winter radar, you can see just in the last several hours that batch of snow continuing to push east and away from the area. Accumulations in the Triad have been up to around ½ an inch, but in northern county like Stokes and Surrey, we've seen 2 to 3 inches in some locations from this one batch of moisture pushing through the area. This is the same system that's bringing in severe weather for portions of Mississippi, Louisiana, continuing to push toward the east, even some severe thunderstorm warnings and one tornado warning right now just north of Jackson, Mississippi. Snow we've seen throughout this afternoon. This is from Madison, sent in from Zach Thompson. You can see lots of snow here on the cars as well as in the backdrop in front of the trees, as well as in front of the power lines as well. Lots and lots of heavy snowflakes. Haven't seen snowflakes this big in a very long time here in the Triad. Just looks like a winter wonderland right now. Even in Eden, Kelly Ann Pretty sent this one in. Backdrop also beautiful with lots of snow covering the trees as well as the power lines. Just beautiful altogether, between 2 to 3 inches across a lot of those counties to our north as well as to our west, including Stokes, where we do have a report here from Dwayne Young, up to around 3 inches of accumulated sleet and also snow there in Stokes County, just from that one batch of moisture that's going to continue to kind of push toward the east. Again, snow and sleet has moved out. We're kind of turning our head now to the possibility for some freezing rain overnight. It's going to turn into just moderately heavy rainfall by later in the early morning hours, but by the time we're into the afternoon, we could see another isolated brief snow shower as well. So we're keeping tabs on both of those things. Winter weather advisory is in place for our northernmost counties due to minor effects from the freezing rain expected overnight, especially to our north and to our east. Winter storm warning still in effect for portions of the mountains as well as to our north there on the Virginia and North Carolina border as well. Greensboro right now, we're at around 30 degrees. Winds pretty calm across our area. We're still below freezing. We've been sitting here most of the day, lower 30s across the region. You can still see a little bit of snow on some roofs here across the area. Here in Danville, underneath some trees, lower 30s, and it's been a chilly day, and it's going to be even colder these next couple of days as well. Local temperatures right now, upper 20s and lower 30s. 30 in Greensboro, 31 in Burlington, 32 just hovering right at around freezing. 31 in Pleasant Garden as well as in Liberty, 30 at the airport, 31 in Forsyth County there in Winston-Salem, 30 in Walkertown and in Kernersville. Heading toward the north, a little bit cooler. We're in the upper 20s and lower 30s continuing heading into the next couple of hours. But to our south, we haven't really seen much accumulation even with some of that winter precip over the region due to the temperatures actually being above freezing. So here's a kind of a zoomed out version of what I was showing you. 38 here in Albemarle, 34 in Salisbury. Freezing rain risk is in effect for the night tonight, hence why we do have that winter weather alert extended from today at noon all the way through 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Could see a glaze up to around 0.2 of an inch in portions of the Triad, but the main threat is going to continue to be to our north as well as to our west, where we do have that winter storm advisory where accumulations could get up between 1 to 5 inches of snow with this system passing through into tonight as well as into tomorrow. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about what we've seen throughout the day today. I mean, some of us have seen just plain old regular rain, and that's due to temperatures being above freezing here at the surface. Those ice crystals in the clouds are able to melt and fall all the way down to the surface as regular plain old rain. Winter precip that we've been seeing here in the area, some of us have seen sleet, where we have this little area, warm section, I would say, where those ice crystals are able to melt before they refreeze, getting down to the surface, kind of coming down as ice pellets. Then we're able to see freezing rain, which is going to be the hazard into the night tonight, where we have this bigger section of warmer air, but we have surface temperatures that are below freezing, so it's able to freeze on contact with the surface. It can be one of the most hazardous winter precips, just because if it's freezing on the surface, is able to cause hazards for driving and cause slick spots on the road as well. We've also just seen plain old snow as well, with just lots and lots of cool weather here in the atmosphere, and snow was able to fall pretty freely as well. And also kind of noting across the area, traffic has also kind of been an eye here for us. We're still watching here some standstill points here toward Mount Airy in Surrey County. Let's zoom in just a little bit. One crash here, but this was actually a lot worse earlier. So this actually is a little bit better than what I saw just a couple of hours ago, but there's still plenty of oranges and reds and standstills from the amount of traffic that has been impacted from the system that has brought in snow and sleet throughout the area. Blowing rock right now, we're in the lower 20s. Again, this weather impact alert is going to last all the way until 8 o'clock tomorrow due to the freezing rain risk overnight tonight, plus that isolated brief period that we could see some snow showers into tomorrow afternoon and evening as that system exits the area and also continues to push offshore. What you need to do at home: watch for slick roads and also making sure you're slowing down. If you have to drive before sunrise, just take it very, very easy. If you don't have to, try to avoid it at all costs, because once we start to see temperatures go up, freezing rain, we're starting to see that more washed out by the regular old rain with the warmer temperatures also across the area. Futurecast into the night tonight, lots and lots of clouds you'll notice, but that moisture is starting to move in by the time we're into Monday morning. Not really wanting to show up here as of right now on this Futurecast. That's all right. We'll get back to it. Current temperatures are in the low to mid 30s right now across the area. Warmer to our south, and of course to our north, it is only colder, impacting again the large swath of the southeast across the area. New Orleans 72. We're seeing lots of severe weather here in portions of Mississippi, Tennessee, and as well as in Alabama, with the same system that is going to continue to impact us overnight and into early for tomorrow. Very cold conditions are right in behind it as well for the afternoon. Again, could see an isolated shower or snow shower for the afternoon. We're going to be seeing a little bit less and less cloudy skies toward the evening as well. And from what I've been told by my director here in my ear, we do have a package here for the latest from Joseph.
We're in downtown Greensboro, and as you can tell, that wintry mix of freezing rain, snow, and ice has completely stopped. But earlier today, this was a spot where a lot of families came out here to enjoy the snow, especially over at LeBauer Park. We saw a lot of people out here throwing snowballs, making snow angels, and filling up the skating rink. But now that wintry mix that we saw earlier has since moved out of the Triad, and as it gets later, our meteorologists are warning about some possible freezing rain and slippery roadways, and the city of Greensboro is preparing for that possibility. They tell us crews who are out salting the roadways are wrapping up as we speak. Now that salt is meant to keep the roads from freezing over and make those roads a lot less slippery. But if you do have to drive tonight, make sure you keep your eyes on the roadways, especially if you're driving over an overpass or bridges that tend to freeze easier. Reporting in Greensboro, Joseph Leonard, WFMY News 2.
Thanks so much for that update, Joseph. Again, this afternoon we saw sleet and snow accumulations across the Triad. Into the night tonight, the main hazard is going to continue to be freezing rain, especially for northernmost counties and westernmost counties. Rain is going to be south. It's going to be more widespread by the morning as temperatures start to rise, but there still could be some slick spots while you're heading to work in the morning. For tomorrow, temperatures are going to start to rise. That means rain is going to just be plain old regular rain for the morning. By the afternoon, though, with rain ending and that system moving offshore, we could see a quick burst of snow, but I'm not expecting it to be very impactful. I'm also expecting to be very brief at that. Another quick look at the winter radar, where we've been watching the system continue to kind of make its way toward our area. We had that little bit of moisture earlier on today that brought in the sleet and also ice, as well as snow across portions of the Piedmont. Majority of that moisture is heading our way overnight and into tomorrow morning. Estimated rainfall we've seen kind of across the area up to around an inch or two, especially for northernmost counties. Next 12 hours, we're falling back down into the lower 30s. Then for tomorrow morning, we're going to be back in the middle 30s by around 6 a.m., slowly getting above freezing, thus reducing the threat of freezing rain throughout the afternoon. We're also throughout the morning. We're also keeping an eye on another system that will start to impact us later on into the work week. Longer range outlook, we're still keeping an eye on this. It is by no means a guarantee, but we could see some more wintry weather by the time we're into late Friday night and into the day on Saturday. We're watching another system. It is just going to depend on the track of the system as well as what temperatures look like across our area. So we'll continue to keep you updated. Again, not by no means a guarantee, but we're continuing to watch it. For now, just expect some heavy rainfall with that system. 7-day forecast. We are cooling off these next several days, right at around 40 degrees on Tuesday. Then we're back in the mid 30s by Thursday. Lots of sunshine, but watching that next system very, very closely later this week. We're in the lower 40s for the weekend.